Over time, I had to start reminding T to do simple things that she had been doing for years. I didn't understand why I was now having to say, brush your teeth, honey, or remember to take a shower today. Why was she suddenly not keeping up with basic tasks she had never struggled with before? But now I understand. In preparation for our post MRI meeting with the neurologist, I've been reading about mild cognitive impairment, which, as far as I can tell, is the name given for the early stages of dementia and also happens to mirror T's behavioral changes too accurately to ignore. I wish she was doing this out of pure laziness or rebellion, but I know she's not. After a couple days, we finally go in for our appointment with the neurologist.
Paging Dr. White.
Welcome. Have a seat, please. I'm Dr. White. I'll be your primary point of contact for this process. We should discuss T's test results. Her brain scan shows the developing of a dementing disease. It's very, very likely Alzheimer's.
My mind goes blank. I look at T, searching for any hint of reaction or response, but she looks as stoic as usual. While doing research, I read on a website that Alzheimer's trajectory can go from 3 to 4 up to 20 years. Is that correct?
Well, 8 to 10 years on average, to maybe 12 if you're lucky. But she's had the symptoms for at least 2 to 3 years, so the prognosis is not positive.
I wish I could say I'm surprised with the diagnosis, but I'm not. I had a feeling. I've been doing my research.
Moving forward,
Dr. White continues explaining the test results, giving us suggestions and warnings for T moving forward. But her words faint in the background. I remember back at the many videos and blogs I've watched online, uploaded by family members of patients struggling with Alzheimer's, documenting their struggles and decline. Something like Alzheimer diary videos. I never understood why someone would record this and post it. Who records their grief for the world to see? But now, I can't help but feel a conflicting sense of gratitude for knowing what's to come.
I'll ask my assistant to schedule a follow-up appointment in a couple weeks to check on her progression.
I excuse myself to the bathroom, attempting to maintain the composure T deserves. I had a feeling T had Alzheimer's before the MRI confirmed it. I thought, it's not a surprise. I thought if I did research and educated myself on it, then it wouldn't catch me off guard. But it was still a surprise. It's always a surprise to have your fears confirmed and materialize past the point of no return. Hearing the words come out of Dr. White's mouth felt like a dagger refusing to go unnoticed. Only 48 hours after the confirmed diagnosis, he sat me down. I need to talk to you. She explained to me how she couldn't go through what she saw her dad go through after his Alzheimer's diagnosis. She expressed her wish to control her death, and she told me she wants me to arrange that for her. You're good at this type of stuff. For the next weeks, I go into a deep dive of research around medically assisted suicide. I'm confronted with the dire reality of lack of accessibility to information and resources surrounding this. How the American healthcare system isn't set up to make this process less overwhelming than it already is. I try to keep it together for T's sake, but I can't hold back random outbursts of frustration every time I hit a wall. This is crazy. It's my life. I should get to decide how to end it. I decide to meet with Muna, an old friend of mine who helped her late cousin navigate this process before. I figured, at the very least, she could help me feel less alone in this. Thank you for meeting me. I don't even know where to start. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so stressed. I don't even know. She looks me in the eyes, gives me a big hug. I struggle to hold back the tears.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm here with you through this process.
I rant to her about the American healthcare system, its refusal to let people die dignified and comfortable deaths, the millions made of suffering, doctors' inability to face their own limits and meet the needs of their patients. Nobody can talk about it. No one seems to know what they're doing. There's literally no treatment. The most advanced research in the world says get enough fucking sleep. What the fuck are we supposed to do with that? I told Muna all about the research I've been doing. I've looked into every option I can think of. I don't know what to do anymore. I've researched the Exit International website, Hemlock Society. Hell, I've even been browsing the dark web for fentanyl, phenobarbital, anything that could help. I even saw a Reddit post talking about using a plastic turkey bag and a helium machine for an at-home do-it-yourself suffocation. That's when she tells me about Dignitas.
I know how overwhelming this feels. When I went through this process with my cousin, we ended up using Dignitas. Have you looked into them?
I dive back into research as soon as I get home. I Google Dignitas. I look at people's experiences with them. I read about the process. I even start T's own application. The process is tedious and lengthy. It takes me a couple weeks just to get the documentation necessary ready to be submitted. But with time, patience, and a lot of phone calls, it gets done. Hello?
Good afternoon, madam. I'm calling on behalf of Dignitas regarding Tanisha's application with us. Is this the right number?
Oh, hello. Yes, it is.
We have reviewed your application, and I'm calling to let you know that you have been provided with a provisional green light.
My heart sinks. I feel a combination of excitement and fear, realizing this is actually happening. This is real. And for the first time since starting this process, I start envisioning my life after T is gone.
I see on your record that you and Tanisha reside in the United States. As you know, moving forward, the next steps of the process will take place in person in Zurich. I'll send you an email with all the information you need to schedule an in-person consultation with the medical doctor once you've arranged your travels to Zurich.
The following weeks are a blur. I take over all the logistic plans, making sure T is comfortable and unbothered while I carry the weight of arranging our travel plans to Zurich. I buy 2 plane tickets for the way there, and 1 for my return. Finally, the day is here.
Thank you for waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We've invited first class, now we're inviting executive platinum, emerald, sapphire, and ruby. If those words are written on your boarding card, please come forward for boarding. Also like to invite group number 1. Please, ladies and gentlemen, have your boarding card.
T and I hold hands.
Group 1 is now boarding.
We haven't explicitly talked about what is about to happen too much, but we both know and understand what we signed ourselves up for. The consultation with the medical doctor goes well. We meet in our hotel room, and T gets asked about her decisions and beliefs in the afterlife. She keeps herself together through the consultation, more than I am able to. As reality inches closer day by day, my put-together facade starts crumbling. We get dinner at a nice restaurant the night before. We talk about our lives, our families, our friends, our memories together, what was, what could have been. We share space with each other for the last moments we have. And finally, the day is here. And it's just another day. It's just another regular day. Nothing is different about it. And that drives me crazy. Because how can just a regular day have such a monumental impact in the rest of my life moving forward? I remind myself why we're doing this. I remind myself of the importance of T's autonomy and dignity in choosing how to end her life so she doesn't have to follow the footsteps of her dad. I love you, she says to me in our last embrace. Thank you for sharing your life with me. and for helping me navigate this process not on my own. It means the world to me. I love you. And just like that, with as much peace as she carried herself in life with, she's gone.